Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today I have a deck called Scared Stiff. This is a Freljord and Shadow Isles deck concept that is super cool. So this is a Plunder deck concept with the Shadow Isles. And funnily enough, with the Shadow Isles, it is somewhat easy to get the Plunder effect going. Now I'll tell you why in a second, but first, the champion that we're running in this deck, of course, is SEJUANI, who, when you've damaged the Nexus, in 5 different rounds will level up. And the reason why the Shadow Isles is such a good faction to help level up is because we have a couple of cards, the Phantom Prankster and the Neverglade Collector, who drain, well, the Neverglade Collector will drain one from the enemy Nexus, damaging the enemy Nexus, of course, 1, and the Phantom Prankster does the same thing. When another ally dies, deal 1 to the enemy Nexus. So it's really easy to trigger some sort of damage onto the Nexus and get Plunder abilities as well as level up SEJUANI. And so the other cards that we're running in this deck have to do mostly with killing your ally. So we have the Ravenous Butcher, we have the Hapless Aristocrat, we've got the Cursed Keeper, Blighted Caretaker, the Undying, a very interesting card that works well with this deck, kind of counterintuitively actually, because interestingly enough, when you have an Undying, the enemy actually isn't very willing to block this unit all that often. So when you have units like the Phantom Prankster out or the Neverglade Collector, they've either got to block the Undying and potentially kill it, thus triggering these abilities and damaging the enemy Nexus, or let it go and attack the a Nexus and you still deal damage to it. So you get the Plunder and the damage onto the enemy Nexus either way. So it's actually a really easy way to utilize the Undying and getting really good value out of it for SEJUANI. Really interesting card to use with this deck. So we also have the one Ancient Croclith, and I like using this card especially with the Neverglade Collector, because when he kills 2 units, and a lot of times it can just be 2 Undying who will come back the next round, you get to drain 2 from the enemy Nexus in 1 turn. It's a 4 health swing, and it is crazy efficient at dealing damage to the enemy Nexus. It's such a good card. So, Chronicler of Ruin as well will kill an enemy, then revive it. This is really good to use on the Cursed Keeper or the Undying once again, and can trigger once again the Phantom Prankster or the Neverglade Collector. We're also running some cards here that are found in Freljord, the Wolf Rider and Catalyst of Aeons, and both of these cards will give you an extra mana gem. And I like including these into the deck because, one, we can rush our mana a little bit here, get some extra mana gems, and by the end of the game, when we are at endgame, we have the Tusk Raider, which we can play, and it will double all of the power of allies in the deck, and will draw you a SEJUANI. So the SEJUANI will come out as a 10-12, and all your other cards are going to be doubled here, making it harder for the enemy to kill them, but also giving them more damage to hit the Nexus with. So these Undying will start out at 4-4 and will start out their sort of level up, not level up, but their power up potential on 4-4. And it really makes a difference because the enemy has to decide if they want to allow them to hit the Nexus or kind of block a unit that's not always worth blocking. It is really cool to see how it forces the enemy to do things that they don't want to do. We're also running, as you can see, a lot of sustain here. So we've got the Grasp of the Undying, and we have Withering Well, and we have, like I said, Catalyst of Aeons. All of these heal our Nexus 3, so it's really easy to stall out games and get to late game with this deck concept. And we're running Ruination as a one-off, so just in case it's getting kind of in-game and the enemy has a lot of units on the board, just wipe them all out. And potentially you could have some Undying on the board who will come back stronger the next round, and you could finish off the game. So it's kind of a way to clear the board and also make you a little stronger. So I've got some really good gameplay today. I think you're going to enjoy it. I'm really kind of surprised and pleasantly surprised that this deck worked out as well as it did. And I think that playing it, you will You will see what I mean. So anyway, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to tune in daily for more Legends of Runeterra content, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks.
Flavor and spice! Batter 'em! Slow down, will you?
We feast tonight, Barg.
I suppose. For justice! For Demacia! Head to the base! Demacia! No one goes hungry! We must not relent! Stay resolute! Another day in paradise.
The hounds are bound with plating.
Fear is the first of many foes. Oh, please. Welcome. Good luck out there, recruit.
Captain Crownguard, I'm Cicely.
Batter him! We do what is right!
A real battle!
Can't fight on an empty stomach!
Please, I have connections! A morsel of bread.
Welcome. Good luck out there, recruit.
Captain Crownguard, I'm Cythria. Right out!
Hold fast.
Whoa! Hey! I won't back down!
For the honor of my house.
Bow to no one.
That egg, did it move?
How do you wield such a clumsy weapon?
With justice and honor.
Strike quickly, strike deftly. Try me.
Charge!
Ungal! You have to get me out of here!
Show them our teeth. The Winter's Claw endures!
Just wanted to play.
Our spoils will rival the War Mothers. Hear that, Bristle? Varg offers a challenge.
It's playtime.
Lead our charge.
Demacia! Now and forever.
Fear is the first of many foes.
Stand for what's right! Such unrefined style. This will be quick. Too easy.